Hi guys, this is Sai Kumar Kortiwada. In this video, we will learn about async pipe for observables. So we didn't discuss about pipes in our whole tutorials. I'll discuss as a separate series for that pipes. But remember, a pipe is something like which you can use in your HTML where it will transform your data before they display. That means if you want to do some sort of transformation before display, then you can use this particular pipes in Angular. So now one of the pipe is async pipe. We are talking about this async pipe just because we spoke about observables in this whole series. Now whenever you want to get the data directly from the observables and showcase in the UI without assigning to a variable or without subscribing to that observable, then you can use async pipes. I'll be showing this in two ways. One is primitive data types of observables and HTTP client responses of observable pattern. So this way we will be understanding two things. One is in normal observables as well as HTTP response observables. So let me quickly jump into Visual Studio Code. Here let me minimize this, and first thing is we'll go with of observable. Let me assume that you are getting a list in an observable format. So to create a list in an observable format, let me use of operator and let me import this from rxjs. Now this of operator, I will pass a complex data type to this by using an array. That means 10, 20, 30. This is my array. Let me save this. Now in general, if you want to get the data which is inside this list, I have to subscribe to this. For example, let me use constructor and let me create this as this dot list dot subscribe, and I'll be getting a response over here, console.log of response, and save this. If you see the response, you got whole array. Now what I want to do, I need to get whole array from it and put it inside our another list. For example, let me use UI list is equal to empty, and after subscription I'll be getting this UI list. UI list is equal to response, and I can use this dot UI list is equal to this response. Let me use something like number array, and this is something like colon number array. So save this. Now I want to showcase this UI list in our HTML. So now it is very simple. Let me go inside this and use some snippet that is nothing but ng container. So I'll use ng for and I'll pass this list. The list is UI list. Copy this, put it over here, and item should be iterated. So let me use item and save this. Go here, and if you see, you got 10, 20, 30. This is absolutely fine. But here the problem is you are creating two set of variables just to extract this value. We are using this way, but that is not needed because we don't want to perform any logic on our subscription because we are not using that values inside our TS. So in this case, it is not required at all. Whenever you have an observable and if you want to showcase that values without subscribing in your HTML, then there is a pipe called as async. So let me use list now, and this is an observable, so let me use async. So whenever you are using async, what it does is it will get this observable, subscribe to it, it will extract the data and give it to your item. Let me go here, you will be getting the same output. So now this is the same output you got. Let me go here, and this is something which we saw about array. For example, you have something called as show, and I'm using an of operator where I'm passing true false. I can pass true false not only for ng for, even I can use this async for ng if. So let me pass false and save this. Now let me go here and create one more ng container, and here star ng if is equal to I want to show or not based on this condition, and let me use async because this is something which is an observable. Let me hit this and let me write a paragraph where I am visible and save this, but at this time it is false. So this paragraph should not be visible on your browser. Let me go here, you are not able to see that. Let me go back and mark it as true and save this. Go here, you are able to see that value. That means you can subscribe to any value of that observables and get the data into your HTML by using async pipe. So this is one thing where you can use async pipe. And the second strategy, for example, you are doing an HTTP call. Instead of using this list, I got some other list, okay, where you are using an HTTP call. So let me go into the module and import our client module. Import from @angular/common/http. So this is my HTTP client module. I can import from this HTTP client module and copy this module, put it over here, so I can access this HTTP client modules, classes and services in our components. Let me go here and inject our HTTP. HTTP is equal to inject of HTTP client and save this. Now what I want to do is I want to get the list which is in an observable format. Here I'll be getting any type where I will return an observable. So what is my observable over here? I'll not subscribe to our HTTP. Okay, instead I'll get and pass that get value directly into our HTML. Let me go here, JSON placeholder, and you can go directly to this to dos, copy this and put it over here. So this I'll not subscribe. So in this way we can directly use this get list in our HTML. Let me go here, and this is a method where it is returning array of objects. So this item will always be an object. Let me save this, go here and go here. So let me see the network call. So it is continuously calling. So why? Because we are using in our HTML. So we should not call this continuously. So we have to reduce these calls. For that sake, what I will do is I'll just use something like get, or let me assign this to our list. So let me copy this and put it over here. This dot list is equal to, and I'm not returning anything over here, so I'll use void, and this is something like an observable. So let me remove this and colon observable of any and not, because I'm assigning at the get list. So let me call this inside the constructor. Only one call should happen. So let me save this. Now instead of using this get list, I'll use this list itself. Let me go here and list, which is an asynchronous call. Save this. Go here. Now you can see all the objects and one call happened for this. Now what I want to do, I want to see the content. So these all are objects, hence you are saying object. Either you can use stringify or you can use set of properties. I just want to display the title over here, so I'll use dot title, and let me make it as a paragraph so that it will come to the new line for each title. Let me save this and go here. You can see all the titles you got, and there is an API call over here. That is how you can even use for your HTTP calls. So whenever you want to do an asynchronous data or showcase an asynchronous data in your HTML, then you can use this particular approach, that is async pipe. For example, a particular time, if these observables gets updated, it automatically invokes on your HTML as well, like a subscription. So if you have any observable, if the observable gets changed, immediately that UI will also impact wherever you are using it. How the observables and subscriptions will work, the same way async pipe will also work in the same way. I'll talk in depth about this in our behavioral subject video. I'll explain you how to use that behavioral subject and how to update the data inside the behavioral subject, and how that will impact your HTML directly without subscribing by using this async keyword. This is about our async pipe in our Angular. Hope you like my explanation. If you like my video, like, share, subscribe to my channel for more updates. Signing off. Thank you.